Hello everyone, it is Kate here with Zencat Vintage, and today we are shopping at a Salvation Army thrift store just outside of Victoria, BC. This one is in the small community of Mill Bay. We started outside where they have certain things, stored. This is a shelf of planters and vases. First one I pick up is this plastic one, obviously vintage. It had some discoloration, some yellowing to it, and I was looking for a mark of some sort, but there wasn't one. Then I pick up this brass planter. This one was actually only $5, which is actually a pretty good price for something this size. I did, however, end up putting it back after much deliberation. I honestly wasn't sure about cleaning it up. I wasn't sure about shipping and storing, so I hung on to it for a little bit, but did ultimately put it back. This one was also very pretty. I actually loved this one, but it did have some chips on it. I thought it would look beautiful for someone though, but then we move inside, and the first thing that caught my eye in the sort of featured section, one of the featured sections, was this very cool salmon glass platter with the metal accents front and back. Then, of course, I have to look inside the box, and this was one of those cascading smoke incense burners. Then over here, I thought those boots were very cool. I was tempted, had they been my size, I may have actually bought those and then probably never worn them. And inside this box is one of those electronic step things, balance things for exercising. Clearly I'm very into it because I have no idea how they work. This is another one of their little cabinets where they have some kind of just different, I guess, what they think are slightly more special items. That was a pair of Fluvogs, if I'm saying that right. Modern stuff, clothing is really not my jam for the most part, so I only casually looked at them. They were $50, the Fluvogs. Then we're on to the regular shelves, and this piece definitely was so striking. This is a fused glass triptych. It has the 3 panels. It's poppies on either end, and then the centerpiece obviously is a it's like a soldier, so it's for remembrance. Then this little bird caught my eye. It's definitely vintage. I think you can see there actually has a little left-in sticker on it, but unfortunately the flower was really, really badly chipped. Part of me thought I could do something with it, but... And then this one was very cool. It was really dirty. It wasn't super old. It was probably like an 80s, 90s kind of vintage piece. I believe it was a Toyo is the importer name or the manufacturer name. Mustn't forget the triptych. And then this dish set was very, very cool. I thought the pattern was really beautiful. Really simple. It was made in USA. I'm not totally familiar with that maker, and there actually was some money there if someone wanted to piece it out. It was $30 for the set, but individual cups and saucers seemed to go for about $10, and there was quite a few of them with the set. This is another sort of trinket and tchotchke shelf. Ornaments, as you can see there, as they call it. This awesome fish. Super cool. The eyes were broken on that side, and this one had obviously been re-glued. And I really kicked myself because other than that, there weren't any chips to the rest of the fish. But so I put it back because of the eyes, and really I kind of realized afterwards that I probably could have replaced those. I could have fixed that. Oh well, so it goes. That was just a little souvenir bell. Not sure why I looked at that, but I think it was the gorilla caught my eye. And this was a very cool little clock. It was just made in China. It was super heavy. I was just looking to see if it was, anything special. And then this little guy reminds me of a UK pottery maker called Tramar. They do little animal figurines, mugs, all sorts of stuff. You can see there. They actually sell really well. I have sold them before. That little guy was not a Tramar pottery, and for $4.50 was way too high for me. And then this piggy bank, I absolutely love the Mexican South American pottery. He was really badly scratched on his paint though. Had he not had that scratching, oh, and that chip, he would have definitely come home with me, because those types of piggy banks sell very well for me. And as we continue to browse, this caught my eye. I thought it was going to be super heavy, but it was made of like paper mache, which was kind of cool. These are the assorted bowls and dishware. I have to be honest, I hate looking through dishes. I really do. I know I should look through them, but I hate it. I find them so tedious. But this caught my eye. That was a Federal Glass, little iridescent bowl. It was quite worn, so, and there was only one. Had it been in a bit better condition, maybe had another one with it, I probably would have picked them up. Just the prices on the individual pieces here are pretty reasonable, unless they're individually marked. Mushroom. Who doesn't love a mushroom? Mushrooms are like one of the biggest trends right now, right? So this one is a little hand-painted wooden one, and looks like a pen holder, and I'm keeping that for now. So this was a for decks of cards, like a bridge set, I guess. That's what I've seen those boxes be labeled as. I'm not a bridge player, so I honestly don't know. This was a gorgeous platter. It was handmade pottery, but yeah, the mushroom. I immediately saw those little chips there, so that was a bit of a heartbreaker. Just admiring my mushroom. Definitely in love with that guy. It's displayed with my other mushrooms. I have a little collection of mushrooms and hippos. This is a sort of bag assorted mishmash end cap. And these guys caught my eye. It's 2 little mini frames in the pack. They're obviously older, and they wanted 50 cents a pack. So I grabbed those. You can see my basket there. A couple of those items didn't make it home with me. And then this one caught my eye. This was a bag with some little pill boxes in it. Those generally do pretty well for resale. They're also super cute. I also really liked that little cat needlepoint in there. So I do hang on to that for a little bit. But then over here, this is the assorted metals shelf. This one has like the silver plate. It has different like platters and candle holders. This caught my eye. So my fellow Canadians and probably some others, you will recognize this as the Hoselton. It's a little cast metal Inukshuk on a, looks like marble base. It's a pen holder. So that was very cool. I've never actually seen one like that. This was just a box. It was the hippy dippy design that totally got me. And this little tin, I have a thing for little tins. They're not like they're, you know, big money, but there's just something about these little tins. I like to collect them. This was an Oneida silver plate mug, baby mug. It had the ABCDs around the outside. And this one was just a really interesting shape for a teapot. Again, not I did look this up. I think it's something you can get on Amazon. But yeah, I had never seen a metal teapot quite like that. A little bit of kitsch. I don't often find cute kitschy pieces like this. So even though this isn't anything super spectacular, he's just a little made in Japan anthropomorphic cat. He was so sweet for $2, and he's actually in really good condition. I think there was one slight little flaw on his foot, but. And here we have, excuse me while I fumble, hair receiver for, you know, when back in the old days, you used to pull your hair out of your hairbrush and save it for projects. This one was very cool. It was glass with the celluloid top. but the top did have a crack on it, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have grabbed that. It was only $2 and the rest of it was in really good shape, so. Yeah, this store has a really great selection of items. It actually has a pretty decent sized hard goods area. A lot of the stores around me are heavy clothing leaning, so I do really like this location, and the prices are generally very reasonable. This was a very cool butter dish. Obviously Studio Pottery, unfortunately, had a chip on the top, so that is a Studio Pottery piece I would have picked up, even though Studio doesn't always do the greatest for me. That was cool. It was actually a functional piece, and I feel like that probably would have been a good seller. Here are some beautiful little vases. Again, here I am looking at Studio Pottery, even though it doesn't do that great for me. This was a very cute little one, but at $4.50, it was too high for me. And this little 3-footed dish was so sweet with the hand-painted details, but I don't know if you caught it there. It actually had a big crack right through it, so. This little butterfly one was really sweet as well. Vintage, made in Japan. Just didn't really jump out and speak to me though. I'm digging for something. Oh, these guys. Yeah, this sort of 1980s, the chinoiserie blue. Those are okay. Some of those can do quite well, but this was what I was looking at. This I thought was super cool. Really unique looking piece, and it was signed. So I hang on to it for a little bit to see if I can identify the maker. That wasn't a chip, that was just some schmutz, but I actually wasn't able to identify the maker on that one. So I did put it back rather. And this was a Blue Mountain Pottery. It was only $3, so I definitely would have grabbed it. But as I continued to look it over, it was cracked. So, oh, I kind of missed that swung vase looking thing there, I think. Oh, this was a very cool solid copper little pitcher. I think they had that priced up quite a bit. I think it was about $9, so. And then here were these beautiful candlesticks. These were Mikasa. They honestly looked really, really nice. I thought they were going to be something more epic than that, but they were beautiful, and they were gone the next time I came here. So, and I think that was about it for this shopping trip. And now you can watch the haul and see what goodies I did bring home.